everybody, Master DT here, checking in with Awaken Within. Let's jump right into episode 36, and we're going to talk about feeling lost. Now, we're going to talk about the negative part of it, and we're also going to be talking about, the positive part of it, where we can kind of find some solutions, right? So feeling lost, what is it? Well, it's a form of separation. It's a form of disconnection and disalignment, and we talk about that already. I felt like that so many times, I can't tell you. It's a terrible feeling. It really is. You feel like you're discombobulated. You're just like lonely, lost. You don't know where you are, where you're going, right? And there's two parts of that for me anyways. And that was, the first part is that I kind of knew where I felt lost, right? Something just happened to me, someone just said something to me that really aggravated me or whatever, and I didn't address it the right way. I could have done better at dealing with it, or didn't deal with it most of the time, and I just sucked it up, all right? Are you that way? That's not a good place to be, not a good thing to do, but I did it all the time. Just suck it up, just let it go, whatever. And boy, that's a sure way of really hurting yourself down the line. But so there is that side where what happened. There was that level of trauma. There was that level of a negative experience or whatever. And like after like the smoke cleared, it's like you felt separated, like, like, God, just out of sorts, right? And then you have the other part of this where you're having a great day, got a good job, things are going well, the relationship is doing good. Everything's good. All of a sudden, bango, you feel absolutely out of sorts and feeling so lonely and lost. And sometimes you feel those things right before the anxiety comes in, or depression for some people, right? But just lost. Now, who wants to feel lost? But you don't even know how you got there, right? Because you were feeling pretty good. It was probably a trigger, all right? Remember, you're like the gun, you're the explosive, right? You're like the bullet, all right? And everything outside of you is the trigger, for the most part. And I'm keeping this real simple, really simple. But think about it, all right? And then sometimes you don't even know that you have just heard something on the outside, maybe someone get in an argument across the street, or someone said something in the passing, even someone touched you, because you're like an anchor. Things have been anchored. A pattern has been installed in you that it's so easy to get your button pushed some way and somehow. Some people do it on purpose, some people don't do it on purpose, and some people are just talking and minding their own business and you didn't even hear them, but subconsciously you took it in somehow, in some way, and it went directly to your button that was installed in there a long time ago and triggered you, all right? And now you're feeling terrible and feeling lost. And now what do you do? For me, I would do anything possibly to get out of it. I'd try to out-train it. Right, whether it's bodybuilding or running or martial arts, I'd outfight it. I'd spar 5-10 people in a row, sweat more, work out more, skip rope in the sauna, run in 105-degree weather. Just put myself through some stuff. Didn't work too good. How about going out all night long? How about drinking all night? All right, partying all night. It's going to be one of the worst feelings that I've ever had. Now, remember, I used to travel an awful lot when I drank, unfortunately. I wasn't a person that stayed home and drank. I never drank at home. You could come to my home, at any of my homes, at any time in my lifetime when I drank, okay? And you could not find out one beer, not even a holiday. I loved going out. And that tells you something. I had to go out. I had to have action. All right, I had to be out there. I had to be in the music. I had to be in Newport, anywhere. I could start out in Newport and end up in Bristol, Warren. Barrington was a dry town at that time, thank God, and then end up in Providence, in some places that you wouldn't want to go in there because they were so dangerous. But the action, the adrenaline, I loved it, right? But it got me out. I didn't feel that lost anymore, right? But deep down, I still felt it. Deep down, right? If I didn't keep that action going all the time, it wouldn't take much before I started to feel that empty hole in my soul. It's a terrible feeling. All the music, all the people that have tapped me on the back and want to grab my arm and give me all these great compliments and tell me how great I am and all of this stuff. Even some people ask me for autographs for their kids and all that. And it's a great time. I remember a lot of times around in Bristol and Warren sometimes, just standing there in a corner with a drink and just listening to the music. And but inside, I was dying inside, dying. I felt lost. And I will tell you a quick way to start helping yourself. And I really truly believe now that if you struggle with mental health or substance use disorder especially, I think a spiritual solution would help for sure. Connecting with the God of your understanding or your higher power, or obviously spiritual practices, whether it's breath work, mindfulness, body awareness, meditation, any of that. You have to get connected with yourself again because you're disconnected. And when you're disconnected from you, you're disconnected from everything around you. But here's the other thing. You are also disconnected and not aligned with a power greater than yourself. You wonder why you feel out of sorts. So I can go out as much as I want and drink as much as I want. It's not going to go away temporarily. When you wake up the next morning, like I did, you'll have more than one problem. You'll have several of them, right? Spiritual solutions are going to be the answer. And this is why I'm so into the Awaken Within program that connects you with you. Spiritual practices, breath work, mindfulness, meditation, body awareness, ancient wisdom, right? Ancient medicine, plant medicine. It's time to go back to the first medicines, and we're going to start connecting with ourselves again. I hope that helped a little bit. I want you to be connected with you because you deserve it. Enjoy your day.